Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Battlefield 6 has been no stranger to some drama throughout its lifespan so far from launch until now. Most recently though, in fact, just earlier on today, some new information became available to the public courtesy of a new in-game update in terms of content. And basically, Battlefield 6 has now been caught lying. That's sort of the story that's out now because of what players discovered in-game earlier today or earlier this week. But this all starts way back at launch with a specific announcement that Battlefield pushed out, that they were very confident in pushing out at the time. This report from Battlefield Bulletin from months back says, according to Battlefield's European Studios General Manager, Rebecca Kutaz, hopefully I said that correctly, players will not see anything made by generative AI within Battlefield 6, although she clarifies that generative AI is used in the preparatory stages to allow more time and more space to be creative. Even though Rebecca confirms generative AI is very seducing, there isn't currently a way to incorporate it into developers' daily work. This has been a really hot topic, not just for Battlefield here, but for gaming in general, quite frankly. The use of AI, where it would be acceptable, where it wouldn't be acceptable. Obviously, those of you up to date with Call of Duty and everything going on there, it's seemingly become the norm in a sense for a lot of the content in Call of Duty to be AI slop in a sense with different calling cards and emblems, and that's been a big topic of discussion over the course of the past few years. Call of Duty using marketing material and promotional material that is clearly AI made, and it just does not look good. Obviously is taking work away from actual people, actual artists there at the studios, potentially replacing those actual people, those actual artists at the studios, which personally is what I'm against the most here, is taking work away from real humans here. Obviously some people will support AI regardless of that stuff, and it's been this whole controversy and this big drama talking point for a while now, especially though in recent months as AI has really just soared to like new levels, right? But this is obviously a big deal over there and has continued to be. Basically, you know, the outcry kind of bullied Call of Duty into having to admit on Steam that they use AI generatively in their game, and they have like a flag on the game now on the Steam profile page. This has been a big discussion in other games as well recently with, you know, game awards and things of that nature, and how it's basically approached and where there is, I guess, lines that are crossed with it, what's deemed acceptable. It's this whole thing, it's this whole talking point. And unfortunately, it seems Battlefield has fallen into this trap as well, because now this tweet was posted this morning. There were several different reports of this on social media earlier on today. This one in specific from Battlefield Bulletin: Battlefield 6 is now using AI-generated cosmetics, despite DICE's Vice President General Manager, Rebecca Kutaz, said back in October that players would not see anything made by generative AI within the game. They claim generative AI was used in the preparatory stages to allow more time and more space to be creative, but there currently isn't a way to use it in the work. This player card with the winter warning features 2 barrels on the M4A1. Other cosmetics and descriptions have been made by generative AI within Battlefield 6 as well. And this one, as shown today, and just behind the face cam here, the winter warning is clearly an AI generated icon here, or a player card sticker. Hey everyone, real quick, wanted to give a shout out to my friends over at G Fuel. All month long, you guys can save a little bit of extra money here using code Immortal on anything on the G Fuel site. It'll actually get you 30% off your entire order. So if you're looking for any last minute gifts for any friends or family, look no further than G Fuel. They got you covered. They'll keep you hydrated and energized to bring in the new year. Link for that'll be down in the description below if you're interested. Charlie Intel also ended up reporting on this earlier today. Battlefield 6 has reportedly added AI cosmetics to the game, with a new player card in the store having what appears to be an AI generated emblem on it. You can see this thing. I mean, for one, the hands don't really work there. This right hand on the mag has 3 fingers and then a thumb up at the top. The right hand, you can see 4 fingers, the thumb's presumably on the other side of the barrel, but then the actual barrel here has 2 like chokes on it. It has 2 you know, barrels there at the end of it. Clearly not you know, a man-made emblem or a sticker here. Clearly AI based on the look of this, which is a direct lie as to what they said. Hey, you're not going to see generative AI content in the game. Now, of course, the main thing here is this is just an emblem. This is just a sticker. You know, does this impact gameplay? No, not at all. What this does though, and this has sort of been the conversation over in Call of Duty as well, is that when you look at things like this and it's like, oh, it's just an emblem that they're making with AI, again, taking the work away from an actual person, then it's, oh, it's just this calling card, it's just this logo, it's just that, and it starts to bleed more and more and more into other places of the game and other elements of the game. And that's what we've seen happen with Call of Duty. It's like, oh, at first it was just this random emblem or it's just random calling card, and then it's actual marketing material and things that they're basing around seasonal content, and then what's the limit there? Where do they stop? Are they making maps with this? Are they making weapon camos? Are they making all sorts of other stuff, which is going to be this huge talking point going forward? But this is a particularly bad look for Battlefield because they deliberately said, yeah, we're not going to do that. And then they've seemingly now gone through and done exactly that, which has players pretty upset, even though if it is something that's not going to drastically impact gameplay, like a player card sticker or like an emblem of some kind, right? So I do think one of the main things that this unfortunately highlights is how much of DICE's word can we trust? How much of EA's word can we trust? How much of the direct devs' words can we trust now? If they're going to openly come out and say this won't be a thing, and then months later it's very clearly a thing, that clearly limits and hinders the trustworthiness of what they're putting out. Now, I don't think this is any reason to believe that, oh, everything they're saying in their blogs and their posts, it's just fabricated, it's not true, they're just saying what we want to hear. I don't think that's the case by any means, but it does open the door for further questioning and more intense scrutiny when weird situations come up. And it's not at all good for DICE or EA or Battlefield as a whole. I'm really curious to see your guys' thoughts on this down in the comments below. Do you care that this is in the game now, even though they said they wouldn't be doing this? Is that a big deal to you? I'm really curious to see the public perception and reaction to this, so be sure to drop a comment down below. But I'm also curious really to see what EA and what DICE's reaction to this is as well. Obviously, all the devs now are on holiday break. They're on Christmas and New Year's break here, as they posted late last week. The comms and everything would be settling down for the next few weeks while the devs are out of office. Are they going to react to this before the new year turns over? Are they going to apologize for this? Are they going to quietly remove it from the game so that players don't talk about this for the next few weeks? Are they now also going to have to start flagging things? Hey, yes, content in our game is made with generative AI. And is that going to be a big talking point now every time Battlefield puts out a new thing? Oh, is this AI slop? Is that AI slop what's real anymore? They've opened the door for some pretty uncomfortable conversations and situations, unfortunately, which is the price you pay when you go through and say, hey, we're not doing this, and then seemingly do it. So a bizarre situation here that's not coming at a very opportune time for Battlefield, given the fact that they're not going to probably have direct responses to this. And if they do, maybe it's a bit surprising. We'll keep an eye on this in the coming days and weeks. Obviously, if anything happens with this, if the devs issue an actual response or anything further, you guys know this is the place to be to stay up to date with everything going on in Battlefield. So feel free to hit that subscribe button to always stay in the know. And if you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and drop a like on it as well. But it's official, Battlefield 6 has been caught in a pretty interesting lie here, seemingly. That is going to wrap things up, though. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll catch you later. Peace out.